Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit. Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Change is on the way. That balmy holiday weather is moving on, and that's not all you need to know.
Headed to trial, a prominent local tattoo artist accused of sexual assault, and a key witness didn't hold back today in court.
But first, she says it's toxic and terrifying. Macomb County's public works director letting loose about the green ooze on I-696 and what she says was not done to clean it up. Candace Miller is weighing into that controversy tonight as state test results just released show there is no threat to drinking water.
Let's break down the results here. The state says it found above normal levels of hexavalent chromium in nearby storm sewers, but says contamination levels would be undetectable by the time they reach the lake.
Meantime, air monitoring and vacuuming of nearby catch basins will happen daily through the holidays.
Coco McAvoy spoke to Miller a short time ago, and Coco, she says the initial cleanup was botched.
Yes, Candace Miller is not placing the blame on one person specifically, but it's clear that someone dropped the ball here. And you can see that crews are now out here trying to contain and control this big mess. Tonight, the EPA is saying preliminary test results confirm there's no risk to the drinking water in Lake St. Clair. And that was a huge concern for many people.
We are concerned, and we're going to be on top of it. This is something that the state and federal agencies are working on. They have the experts to deal with this, but our city staff has been involved in this, and they are providing support wherever they can.
But there are high levels of multiple contaminants in the soil and groundwater around the electroplating services facility. Those contaminants include cyanide and chromium-6.
Well, I am calling on the EPA and proper state officials to make sure they clean this site up properly.
Candace Miller is the Macomb County Public Works Commissioner. She wants to know how this happened when the EPA spent $1.5 million cleaning up the facility last year.
Whoever said that they cleaned up that site, nobody would agree with that.
Though the site is not in Macomb County, Miller says it poses a risk to everyone.
I'm trying to raise the alarms here to make sure that the proper officials, the EPA and the state Eagle Department of the Environment, make sure that the cleanup that happens now is much, much more aggressive and impactful than what they did initially.
Miller is calling on the EPA to come up with a short-term and long-term goal to get rid of the contaminants for good. And we're told there's more testing that will be done, and the data from that testing will be complete next week. We'll, of course, keep you updated on this story. Back to you.
That we will indeed. Okay, Coco, thanks.
Our other top story tonight, a prominent local tattoo artist has been ordered to stand trial for sexual assault.
Today in court, a woman took the witness stand and accused Alexander Boyko of inappropriately touching her during a consultation for a tattoo at a shop in Plymouth. Let's get to Larry Spruill. He's live tonight. Larry, that accuser did not hold back.
Not at all, Kimberly and Jason. Our cameras were inside that video right here inside that courtroom where that witness told and simply told her side of the story. Now, her testimony was so powerful, the judge decided that this should go to trial. I want to warn you, the details of her testimony may be graphic for some. Friday, 26-year-old Alexander Boyko sat in front of a judge with little emotion. He is facing 3 counts of criminal sexual conduct in the 4th degree. Friday, the victim in this case, who is now 24, told the court that from April 2015 to June 2015, Boyko allegedly had inappropriate sexual contact with her. The victim claims at least one of the incidents happened inside this tattoo studio in Plymouth. Inside the court, she told the judge Boyko did a previous tattoo for her and she wanted another one.
It was going to be on my midsection, kind of like between my ribs and my belly button.
But she said things got weird when it was time to start the process.
He instructed me to take off my shirt because he had to do something he called a sternum trace. He told me that he had to see how my breasts laid against my body to make sure that the tattoo size wouldn't interfere with it. He held up a piece of tracing paper and he traced the outline of each breast and then my side, stopping at my waist. And then after that, he started touching my breasts. I asked him what he was doing, and he said something like he was goofing off. And then he reached out and he pinched my left nipple.
And Boyko's attorney tells us that his client is innocent, and he denies all claims. We're live tonight. Larry Sproul, Local 4.
And Larry, do we know if this is the only alleged victim?
Yeah, well, Kimberly, the prosecutors say they believe and they know that there are more victims out there and they need them to come forward. Kimberly?
We'll continue to follow it. All right, Larry.
Well, we're not hitting any record high temperatures today. In fact, you can feel the winds of change blowing a little bit out there.
Yeah, it is cooler today. Let's get over to Paul, who's tracking a chillier and wetter weekend. Right, Paul?
Yeah, I wasn't kidding yesterday, but I told you temperatures were going to fall in the afternoon to these numbers right here. And you can see we're barely holding on to 40. 40 in Mount Clemens, 41 in Detroit, 40 at Metro, Grosse Ile, Monroe, and everybody else is in the mid to upper 30s. These numbers, in most instances, are 15 to 20 degrees colder than what it was yesterday at this time. So yes, the winds of change have blown through. Now, fortunately, although it's a colder day, it's a dry day. We have clouds. These are going to tend to start breaking up during the overnight hours, so we'll become partly cloudy during the overnight, and that will allow temperatures to fall. This evening, we're going to fall through the 30s, and again, it's going to be a dry evening, no particular problem. So we're going to talk about the weekend weather, and coming up, I also have a storm pin that puts this entire week of wacky weather in great perspective. But first, don't forget the Local Forecasters app. We're going to have some pretty wild weather on Sunday. A lot of rain, heavy downpours, temperature changes, all sorts of stuff, maybe even lightning. The weather app is the best one in the nation. Just go to the App Store, search under WDIV, and it's right there. See you back here in a few, guys.
After months of endless traffic backups, the wait is over tonight for drivers who take I-75 through Oakland County. In the past hour, crews have reopened the northbound side of the freeway. Kim DiGiulio ran into some business owners today, and to them, well, this is like an extra holiday.
The wait is over. Since March, Oakland County drivers have had to share the southbound lanes of I-75 between Coolidge and 13 Mile while they worked on the northbound side of I-75. Well, now the northbound side is finished and crews are working to get this side of the freeway reopened. The process to open the northbound lanes started early this morning.
Oh, Happy New Year.
And drivers were excited to see the northbound side of the freeway finished and pothole free.
For the first time, it was smooth as glass. I couldn't believe it. It was great.
This news is especially exciting for business owners in Oakland County who have seen major revenue losses this year because of the construction.
The business like almost less than 50% down on the gas and like more than 45% on the store.
Now keep in mind the freeway will take a couple of days to fully reopen. Rob Morosi of MDOT says one lane of northbound I-75 should be open by the end of today. Through the weekend, drivers should expect only one lane open on southbound I-75 to get all of this work done.
In order to move the temporary concrete barrier, to restripe the freeway, to get the ramps opened up, all that again is a process that's going to take several days.
But for now, drivers who take I-75 are thrilled to have a little relief for their commute.
It's a brand new pavement. It's going to be so much better.
No more I-75 blues.
No more blues, at least until March. That's when they will shift all traffic to the northbound lanes while they work on fixing the southbound side of I-75. Reporting along I-75, I'm Kim DiGiulio, Local 4.
Beating those I-75 blues. You could sing something to that, I bet you. In all, more than 8 miles of concrete barrier will be need to be removed before all lanes can reopen to traffic.
Yeah, still got to do that. All right, on Wall Street, stocks have not moved too much after a big Santa Claus rally continued and saw the market hit some record highs Thursday. Holiday earnings and optimism on a potential resolution to trade dispute between the U.S. and China had moved stocks higher, but lack of news today left stocks stagnant. Detroit community leaders gathered together today to commemorate their decades-long effort in ending gunfire on New Year's Eve.
22 years ago, Reverend Nicholas Hood III founded Ring in the New Year with a bell, not a bang, after Detroit grandmother Sandra Latham was killed by a stray bullet while sitting in her dining room. Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon, who has been a part of the effort since its beginning, says when shots are fired into the sky, they don't just disappear.
When you fire a projectile from a firearm into the air, it's going to come down, and it's going to come down with the velocity that is dangerous. It is dangerous enough to kill someone. It's dangerous enough to damage property.
And it's working. Since 1997, no Detroiters have died by bullets coming back down to the ground from celebratory New Year's Eve gunfire.